O'Reilly and Dave Daily right here on the Muskegon Channel. I am Andy O'Reilly. Dave Cackley's over there. He's rolling up his sleeves. He's getting ready to work. It's time where the men get to work around here now.
Man of the people.
That's what you are.
That's what
man
I do.
Of the people.
The last remaining journalist on the planet.
Of course.
Objective. Just a fact finder. I'm a fact finder. That's what I am.
I got this.
What?
It hurts.
What? Where?
I took this. I got an athlete's foot thing going on.
Oh, gross.
Yeah, it is gross. It's isolated between like my pinky toe and and what do you call your third toe? Your fourth toe.
The third toe is isn't that the toe that that you put your wedding band on? Like if your fingers are, you don't want to put it on your fingers. You put it on the third toe.
Well, you'll never know.
No, I won't.
Of course. So,
I'm
but
still
anyway,
unfettered.
so this thing's going on. I went to the doctor and I said, the over-the-counter stuff's not really working. But for some reason, when I take an antifungal pill, it makes my joints hurt.
Okay. Did they say that was one of the side effects?
It's not listed as one, but it's weird.
Okay. You're having joint pain.
Yeah.
And you're asking me about joint pain.
No, I'm just complaining.
I don't know.
Would I ask you for any advice at all?
Well, you should.
Wait. I do.
Just
Dave, I can use some
not.
advice. Can I get some advice from you, Dave?
You know what? Yeah, you can. Ask me anything.
Yes. Really?
Ask me for advice on anything.
All right.
Except, ointments or topical creams.
Ointments
for your joints.
Rats. That's what I was going to ask you about. Ointments.
Oh, I'm sorry. I've got a certain amount of limited intelligence in a variety of areas.
But ointments are not one of them.
Ointment's not one of them because I don't typically use any type of medication aside from aspirin.
Okay.
That's pretty much it. So I'm a man.
I'll
That's
suffer.
what we do.
You do the news.
Okay.
And I will. I'll show you how it's done. How the men get to work around here.
All right. Appreciate that.
Yeah. Oh, you got a little fake pop with no fizz. Look what I have.
Propel vitamin water. Vitamins.
I got a Speedway coffee. You know what the benefits
Yeah. How
are
much sugar is in that?
Summer off.
Is that your diabetes beverage?
No, it's just plain.
Oh
coffee.
Yeah, more a little diabetes in every.
It's just coffee.
Cup.
It's just plain coffee. There's no
sugar
or anything in it.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, good for you.
Actually, dark roast coffee.
Very good. That's actually good.
See?
That actually, honestly, that may be better than this because this has sucralose in it, which I believe is a sugar substitute, which probably isn't good for me.
Sucralose?
So good for you. Yes.
What do you mean?
I don't think
sucrose?
It's good for you. Sucralose, not sucrose.
No.
Sucralose.
Okay.
You should ding yourself for that one. All right.
I'll ding you.
Ready? Ready for me to begin?
Let's go.
Okay. President Trump says the U.S. will pursue a new round of tariffs on Chinese goods, responding to the retaliatory levies from Beijing. $200 billion worth of Chinese goods would be hit with a 10% tax. Trump says the new tariffs will go into effect if China refuses to change its practices. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens.
Right.
I don't know. I'm no expert on this tax war, trade war stuff, but I like, as with everything, wait and see. To be continued.
My other favorite from yesterday was Space Force.
Space Force. That was, yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's crazy. Maybe it's not.
You know what I had to laugh about?
It sounded funny though. It sounded funny.
It sounded funny, but guess what? It's already there.
Yeah. Well,
we're going to create a Space Force. Well done. You're a little late because it's already there. We just don't know about it yet. Or nobody's really come out and said anything much about it.
Okay.
It's already in place.
Well, what do you know? Well, enlighten me. What do you know that the rest of us don't regarding the U.S. Space Force?
The development of these things has been going on forever. We've got technology past anything that we've ever seen. I mean, the development of things like anti-gravity is farther than anybody's ever seen.
Right.
I believe that we've got a weapon system in space called the Rod from God. Have you heard of that?
No, I have not. I'm fascinated by it, though. Seriously, tell me.
All right, just when we get done here today, go do just a Google search on what Rod from God is.
Okay.
And basically, there was a pact signed back in the day that said we can't put nukes in space. Nobody on Earth can put nukes in space.
This goes back to the 80s?
Yeah, back in the
90s.
However, that does not. It says nukes, right?
Right.
It doesn't limit us to kinetic weapons. Now, the rod from God is a tungsten pole the size of a telephone pole.
Okay.
And they lob these things off from space, and when it hits the Earth, it's tantamount of a small nuclear weapon. It hits with that much kinetic energy.
Okay.
And
but you don't have the
weapons
fallout
that nobody knows anything about. And when it hits the Earth, it's a gigantic bunker buster. It can go into the Earth. Just do a little research on it.
And you're saying we have that. What you're saying is we have that now.
I'd bet $100 on it.
Okay.
That's really that's and in all honesty, and again, I'm not you're going to call me a conspiracy theorist and all this other kind of stuff. But if you look at everything that we have, and then when we find out about it, like the B-2 bomber and all this other kind of stuff, oh yeah, we've had that for 20 years. We just didn't tell you.
Okay.
So
I don't think that's not beyond the realm of, that's not a crazy theory.
Right.
It might be a little out there, but I don't think it's beyond the realm of possibility. I'm just curious with the rod from God, I'm assuming the advantage with that over, say, a nuclear weapon is it causes devastation, but you don't have the nuclear fallout.
That too.
Okay.
And
or it does have that or not?
I want you to just think about history too. Because, here we are talking about the Space Force all of a sudden in 2018. It's not new. Okay. Werner von Braun was talking about how do we control the planet back in the 60s.
Okay. He was the Nazi scientist, wasn't he?
That we brought over to finish off the Apollo program.
Right.
So, and the comparison was, in the future, how do we control the planet? Well, you have to go back to controlling the space around it.
Right.
And he equated it to how the maritime powers of the centuries in the past controlled all the oceans. Well, now we have to control the space around the planet to do that. And I think that this whole Space Force idea, I think that it's already in place.
Okay, so he's just bringing it to, he's just kind of like getting people ready
to hear the
for
news.
What we already have.
Right.
That's interesting. But no, I want to clarify what you said, because I don't know if you said it does or doesn't. Does this rod from God leave nuclear fallout or no?
It's just
good.
It's a tungsten. It's a piece of tungsten steel the size of a telephone pole, and the kinetic energy when it hits is enough to wipe out a good sized city.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
All right, that's cool.
Huge.
That's very enlightening. I'm gonna have to research that.
Do that.
Rod from God. Okay.
Rod from God.
All right, let's keep it moving. Bethany Christian Services in West Michigan is helping house the children separated from their parents at the U.S.-Mexico border. According to Bethany's Director of Refugee and Immigrant Programs, the number of displaced children has been growing for months. 50 of the 58 children in the refugee program were forcibly removed from their parents at the southern border. I mean, this is just a mess down there right now. What I think is going to end up happening is you're going to see Congress act some type of law that keeps the families together, because by law, this is a law that goes back to 2008. If you bring your son or daughter with you and you're crossing the border illegally, the kids cannot stay with the arrested parent or parents. They can't by law. Now. There's also, like, if you claim asylum, you have to go to one of the points of entry in order to get asylum. Like if you cross the border illegally and then try to claim asylum, well, you can't. I mean, you still it's going to be a much longer process.
Right.
Anyway, so, and you can only, I guess by law, the kids can only be detained for like 20 days before they're like put with either a family member in the States or with like a foster family. This is what Bethany Christian Services is doing, is putting some of these kids, I believe, with foster families. So, I try to put myself in a position of these people who are crossing the border because they want a better life. They want a better life. Specifically, if you're a parent, if you're a dad, or a mom, you want a better life for your kids.
Mm-hmm.
So if you can get your kid, if you can get your kids into this country, regardless of what happens to you, maybe I don't know what the answer is. Do you send the kid back with the family? That's typically, I mean, that's, you could say you send them all back together because you don't want to separate families. I get that, but I'm also thinking, you know what? If I'm the dad and I want a better life for my kid, as hard as it may be, I may be like, you know what? You stay here. You stay here. You have a better chance than you're going to have if we stay. If we're a collective family together in misery, in a place we're trying to flee from. So I don't know, but I believe Congress is going to act and do something where you're going to have more funding for these facilities, so you're able to keep families, because these things are overcrowded right now.
Oh yeah.
I mean, you can't just release release these people like into the middle of the United States. You can't do it, because you don't have a country at that point. And like I said, I've said this before. This may be an unfixable problem, but they got to hash out something.
Mm-hmm.
So we shall see. The Electric Forest Festival is just a couple of days away. Tickets still available for both weekends at the Double J in Rothbury. I know you're going to be a part of this. You're going to be shilling drinks. What you doing?
We'll be bartending again. Yeah. Well, dude, I literally can't afford to not work.
Well, this is a very good weekend for you.
Yeah.
Can I give you some advice, though?
Huh?
Can I give you some advice?
Sure.
You did something last year that I don't advise you doing ever again. I mean, ever again. You posted on Facebook this wad of cash that you made, which may have been one of the dumbest things I've ever seen anybody use social media for. I'm just like, what are you doing? Why not just say, rob me?
Well, by the time I had posted the picture of the wad of the cash, it was in the bank.
Okay.
And,
all right.
I'll tell you what, the picture of the wad of cash, that was to make a point. Okay? Everybody around here is like, oh, those dirty hippies are coming and blah, 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 blah. And it's you know what? That's not the case. These are good people that come up to have a great time. And I've been a part of festivals and concerts, and I mean, going back to 1986 when I first started going to concerts. Okay.
Right.
And I can't count before that because my parents took me to some oldies revival show at the Ford Field House at community college, and that doesn't count.
All right, yeah, that's not.
Luke Christie doesn't count.
Wait, can I ask you something? Does Steppenwolf at the Berry County Fair in '91 as my first show count?
Nah, kinda.
I'll give it a half.
But you did get to high five that guy from
Chuck Negron, Three Dog Night. Introduced him.
That's a big deal.
1998, I believe.
Right.
But
anyway, back to Electric Forest.
My own horn.
Good people that have a great time. They're generous. They're kind. I have the years that we've worked there, I have yet to even see a dirty look on somebody's face.
Yeah.
And this is what we need in this area.
Mm-hmm.
This is a
absolutely.
great thing for this area. And everybody's like, hey, can you come volunteer for this? Can you come volunteer for that? Yeah, I'll be happy to volunteer and pitch in. Electric Forest is like, hey, you want to come up and make $1,500 this weekend?
Yeah, sure, no problem.
I'd love that.
Oh God,
I really would. Let's do it.
This is the second time festival is going to be held on 2 weekends. June 21st through the 24th gets underway Thursday, and then June 28th through July 1st. First weekend attendance last year estimated at 40,000 people. So, I mean, this is huge for the Lakeshore.
They literally all over the world. They come from all over the country. They're friendly. They're nice. They're good people. They're generous. They're thankful that we're there working, and it's just it's an incredible event. And
Rothbury's great. I've had the chance to stay there before. It's just it's an awesome awesome venue and fantastic. Good.
You don't see it like you did when you're there. These people are all intense and hanging out and everything. Yeah, they don't get the posh surroundings that you did.
Yeah, I'm not a tent. I'm sorry. I'm not a tent guy. Okay,
me neither.
I'm a 21st century male. What can I say?
And I'll tell you what, this bar outfit that we work for, they do these events all over the country, and we're good and we're honest, and we our tills balance out and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
we get invites to go work at other events all over the country.
Hey,
there's a big festival going on. Can you come work at this one? There's a PGA event we need a hand at. Can you come down here and work at that? And that's cool. It's been fantastic.
So do you just serve beer? Are you making mixed drinks?
They
What
have
are you doing?
the mixed drinks come pre-made in a keg, and we just
Oh, that's cool.
they're tapped.
So you just
Yeah,
serve.
so
You're just boom getting them out serving.
Yep.
That's good.
Yep.
Nice. And now let me ask you: do they allow you to campaign while you're out there? Or are you not doing that?
No. I mean, and they're not a local audience at all.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh. Just
I'll
there
tell
are
you
going to be some local Muskegon people.
I'll tell you this though: that team that we work with in and around the bar, even the people that travel.
Yeah.
Because I was kind of milling the idea around last year about running for office.
Right.
They were everybody that I work with there, even people from out of state and wherever. They were like, "Dude, if you have the chance to do this, you got to do it."
Absolutely.
They were so supportive and so encouraging, and they were awesome. Great bunch.
Very cool. All right, sports. Tigers were off. Cubs rained out. I don't care about the World Cup, so that's sports.
Have yourself a great Tuesday.
See you.